Hello everyone, I'm Toma Bonciu and you can find me on tomabonciu.com. Today I'm going to talk about this image. I'm going to deconstruct it and talk about the process of creating an image that looks like this. I'm not going to do the editing in real time. I'm more going to talk about the process of creating the image and the editing. So this is the final image that I'm going to get, and the starting image is this. But this image alone comes from other two. Was this image when the model was placed on a small chair and I had the flash behind me, and this other photo when I had someone behind the model and stretching the dress like this. And after that I've combined these two photos and create the appearance of a much taller model. As you can see, I don't plan my photo shoots in every aspect. So I leave, for example, the hair of the model to sit as it is, and the model to pose in a certain manner that is personal to that model. I'm not trying to influence 100% the photo shoot. I have an idea, I talk with the model, and then the idea kind of evolves. So let's see how I've made this image. First of all, I apply the hue saturation adjustment layer, and I've desaturated a little bit the entire image. After that, I've increased the brightness on the overall image, and as you can see, the walls lack detail, and in this moment these walls act like spots of colors and worst spots of light. And the worst thing and the bad thing is that it draws the eye, and I want to shift the eye and to pay more attention to the actual model. That is why I've added another brightness and contrast, where, as you can see, just by doing this, I've started from here and now I'm here, and as you can see, the attention is much more focused on the model. After that, I've added the textures. Now the first texture was a simple wall texture placed on overlay with an opacity of 50%. Then another wall texture, and this time, as you can see, with more cracks in it and things like that, on overlay also. And the final texture was more like a dirt texture, opacity 66%, on overlay looks something like this. So this was the first stage of the image. After that, I added another brightness and contrast and increased the brightness a little bit more, and a gradient map. This is a gradient map that comes standard with Photoshop, a gradient from orange to yellow and then again to orange. I placed it on multiply, and with an opacity of 18%, you get a certain vintage and kind of Instagram look of an image if you apply this kind of gradient map on multiply and with a very low opacity. After that, I used levels to kind of increase the luminosity of shadows and also increase the red channel, hence the reddish effect, and the shadows with a luminance that is greater. After that, I decided that I want more attention on the model and added another brightness and contrast, edited the mask so that the attention is on the model. I've almost desaturated the image by using another gradient map of black and white, but painted the mask so that you still have certain colors in certain areas. I've increased the brightness after that in this area, in the upper torso area. Again, another gradient map to kind of get a much more warmer feeling to the entire scene. And in the end, I decreased the brightness and increased the contrast a little bit. So once again, this was the original image and this was the result. And the important thing that you have to keep in mind is to realize that the editing process, it's only a way, it's only a method to get an idea from your head into the real world. So it's much more important to have a better idea of what you want to do than to be good on editing, but your ideas won't be there to help you. So if you like this tutorial and the other tutorials, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. I'm Toma Bonciu. You can find me on tomabonciu.com, and place your comments, share this video, and keep on photographing, because it's the only way you can get better. Until next time, bye bye.